Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So, as we can see, the markets have been a very, very interesting market yesterday. So, we're seeing, across the board red everywhere, and we don't like to see red, but red is also a great opportunity. So, obviously, Amazon, the big kind of talk of the day. So, let's have a look at Amazon and let's go and have a look at Amazon today. So, when we pull up Amazon here, we're obviously seeing this 8.5% decline. That is really, really huge. And I do see this, here this is here. Let's try and zoom in a little bit on this, and then let's try and draw some lines for everyone. So we're looking here, right? We're going, we go down right to kind of there, click that on. Right, we've seen this stock go down from something like 235 all the way down to 214. This is huge, huge. Obviously massive. When we start to try to zoom some of this out, right, we can start looking at this, right? We're seeing, this brings us all the way back to 2022, right? When we try and look at like where the last time we saw this kind of drop, right? We are looking at even, from May to now we're looking at, an increase from sort of 190 where are we at 197 all the way up to 214, right? This is really but when we start to zoom out, right, and we start to zoom out, right, we've seen exponential growth from Amazon. And a lot of this exponential growth from Amazon is fueled from AI. So then when we look at NVIDIA, right, Microsoft also down a bit, but we look at NVIDIA here. NVIDIA. NVIDIA should be on the list here. Yeah, NVIDIA. All right, so when we look at NVIDIA again, seeing 3.1% decline. This is, the biggest decline that NVIDIA's had in some time. Overall, really looking great from NVIDIA, right? We look back to, April earlier this year, or we look back to December, right? We're still seeing exponential growth in AI. I think we're seeing a bit of a pullback on this. But I think that when we really look at what we're seeing in AI and AI spending, really a lot of this is thinking about how AI is going to be used and how AI is going to be brought into kind of platforms. And I think that we've seen a broader pullback in AI across the market. So you're seeing my screen. You're seeing that everything is kind of red on here. Let me bring this one here where I can see all the charts together. So I think what we're seeing on Amazon, Amazon really is the kind of pick of the day. I think obviously, we don't know what market's going to be like when they open up on Monday. Maybe there's more to be fallen down on that. But you know, inside Amazon, we're also seeing a lot of good data from its financials. So Amazon's still got a robust business in terms of its sales. It has the Amazon sales, it has the AWS sales. It's still got a lot of robustness to its business model in here. And if we bring this out right on here. Right, we're still seeing, even I try and draw you guys a line. Let me open this back up again in the big chart and bring us back to Amazon here. There's my little line. So if I bring this here to here, right, we're looking at what are we looking at? From May, we're looking at 197, and we're bringing this here. I don't know how to draw a line so aggressively down unless we go back to kind of here, right? So we do see a lot of volatility in Amazon, right? And if I try and draw this line out, maybe to somewhere like here and then down to the bottom of where we're seeing there, that will snap in, right? Try to draw that out, right? We did see Amazon stock go down from what, a high of 235 down to 160, and we just saw continuous kind of bearish movement. So if we think that this is the same situation, and obviously, you know, we can see the slope that this came down on was nowhere near as aggressive as the slope that we're seeing here, right? And if I try and draw this slope, here and try and draw the slope in. You know, I can't see where we've seen such aggressive slopes in Amazon. Even here, okay, maybe just about here. So last time when we saw such an aggressive slope, we saw a massive increase, right? And if we put an aggressive slope in here, right, this similar kind of aggressive slope, we're again seeing massive kind of growth, right? So let's see if there's anywhere else that we can find something as aggressive as that of a slope. This we're almost seeing the inverse here. So we're almost seeing back in October 23, we're almost seeing the inverse of this kind of growth. We're seeing this massive kind of growth on that. Um, then here, you know, again, not as aggressive. Maybe here we can see this kind of aggressiveness, and then again a big boost up. And if we go back to here, maybe again nowhere near as aggressive. So really, what I'm seeing when I'm trying to take in this line, so I'm taking this line here. This is what happened yesterday with this sort of 8% decrease. So such an aggressive line. I can't see a time when we've seen such an aggressive line because here it's not as aggressive. See, it went down, but nowhere near as aggressively. When I open it up, you can see it, right? And here, we can see very similar level of aggression on the line falling down, kind of bearish movement towards that. And we're seeing kind of growth go up a lot right after that. And then the other time I can kind of see that is, we look up here, right? Nowhere near as aggressive on that, but down here we can kind of see some aggressive dips. And then, sentiment changes a lot. And I think what we've got is quite special this week is because this happened on a Friday, we've got, people to think about this over the weekend and to talk about it and think about it. I think that we're going to see that this is very likely oversold, that it's been sort of too bearish, and I think that there's good opportunity there. Let's also have a look at Meta as well. So Meta is obviously in Meta AI. They've obviously had a very similar kind of experience on this. So if we draw a line here, let's see where we're at, right? We're seeing a lot. Oh, my line wasn't going. Yeah, so we're drawing a line here, right? We're seeing this falling down a bit. But I think overall, we again look at Meta, right? Let's try to draw a line down to where we're at on the baseline there, and then let's try and draw a line back to like November 22, right? We've seen peaks in sort of bullishness go up to sort of 137, and then that was in February, and then we've seen that happen again in July. So we've seen, a lot of sort of bullish things, and then we've seen bearishness go down to what's that, 483, and then the last time 483 was July. So yeah, we were looking at sort of August, and then April. So month worth of difference between that. But that very quickly came back up, right? Let's have a look at what that line looked like. Right, so if we even take this line here, and then we draw this line out, right? We can see there's a good opportunity for this to go up a lot, especially as we head into the Christmas season. Christmas season is a big ad spending time for things like Meta, and also for Amazon. So I think that Amazon and Meta both down a lot. I mean, we can see the opportunities here. I think there's some huge opportunities there. I think we're not factoring in the ad spend that's likely to happen over Christmas, which is likely to boost Meta's revenue. And we're also not looking at that on Amazon as well. So I think that we see a lot of opportunity here in the tech stocks, and also even in Nvidia. I think that if you were looking to try and buy an Nvidia, I think maybe we haven't hit the bottom, but maybe we could also see a strong rebound on this. I think that there's a lot of people who have been wanting to get in on Nvidia. They've been worried that it's been a bubble. They've been worried about the hype on Nvidia. It's down a bit. It's I think in trading terms, people are saying that this is like the single largest dip in many months. So this could be a good opportunity to get into Nvidia, but I think that when you look at Nvidia's growth, there's obviously more risk in that. I think Meta is a great option right now. I think Meta has great options on it, and I think Amazon as well has some great options. So I think there's a lot of great stocks out there. Obviously, we'll find out on Monday what we're looking at on the markets, but I think a lot of opportunity in the tech space. So thank you so much for being with me today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.